A load of English football jokes coming through already.
Boring. Really boring.
Somebody wondered whether you were trying to do your earlier on the Laurie Sanchez impression.
Boring,
Yeah,
boring.
I thought so.
Really boring. Boring. I think it's because it's a full moon.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
It's significant,
I mean, you're being
isn't it?
interesting, Duncan, but you've gone quiet as well.
Have I?
Yeah, you got a bit
I was
bored.
listening to. I'm
Bit
not bored.
bored.
I wonder when we get back to the Ku Klux Klan thing. I was quite into that.
That was quite interesting, but then it got a bit juvenile, really, and that's boring. You know, really.
Oh, right, so this is boring radio.
What?
Well, you're
This is
eating a
boring radio.
Toblerone.
It is pretty boring.
Oh, I'm
yeah.
topping up on sugars, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
I don't mind that because at least it's real.
people get bored in real life.
And people get bored in radio and in television. I can tell you,
There was
bored fucking shitless sometimes. In fact, I think most people are bored doing radio and television, but they have to pretend that they're really enjoying it.
Yeah.
Which is bollocks.
You have to sit there and listen to 3 songs in a row that you've heard 20 million times before and sit there while all your prep's done, sit there and go, fuck me, I'm bored.
That's right. And you have to come back and pretend that you enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And that you're really excited to introduce
Brian Ferry.
Lionel Richie again.
Hello.
Hello. Yeah, and it's boring. And see, we've now got a sports reporter who does it like I want to hear it.
Yep.
And I think, although he's taken production, Alan Caddick does it like he'd like to do it. You know, and we're getting towards a weather person who's doing it like they were. This better not be a boring call. You're boring.
I'd like to take a minute for a rebuttal.
You are pretty boring.
Is that how you felt about me when I used to do every Friday?
I know, but the thing is, it doesn't advance. So,
Well,
you've got a
I
good
could
joke.
develop the last theme.
You've got a good joke. This is Igor. You've got a good joke, but you return to the well with it.
To the what?
To the well.
The well.
Yeah.
Well, that's ego, isn't it?
You have to keep it moving.
Underground, stuck in the tunnel.
But you need to keep it moving. I don't know how you do that, but that's what I do. Keep it moving.
Yeah. Keep it moving. We never run out of gasoline. Just watching bloody Top Gear. Well, that's boring.
Top Gear. Actually,
Great show.
I don't think it is boring.
No.
I like the carefully written and scripted interchanges between the 3 guys.
It's very good, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's very well
They're
done.
making
Very
it
well
like
planned. Very well planned.
Yeah.
I don't
Meanwhile-
like that program with Oz, the wine program with Oz and the hairy guy.
James May.
James, yeah.
That's pathetic.
I've never seen it, to be
Because a
honest.
glass of wine is a glass of wine is a glass of wine is a glass of wine. And Duncan, you like a glass of wine.
Yeah, but you and I have had this conversation. It's booze, isn't it?
It's booze.
It's booze. It's there for one reason.
It's booze.
And do you know what? I'm going through a recent experiment recently of actually trying to find the roughest red wine you can buy in the United Kingdom legally. And I've been what I'll do. There's not any decent offers at Sainsbury's, because you can be quite clever. Because what they do, $7.49 down to $3.49 if you're getting quite a bargain. I've surpassed that.
Yeah.
Go over the road to where I live, Lidl, right? Bottle of Spanish Rioja for £1.32.
Quality.
It is.
Quality.
It is death in a bottle. It is superb. And it's great because it is a scientific experiment. Pour yourself a goblet. After that goblet, you can't feel
You
your
drink
teeth.
out of goblets?
Cool, yeah, obviously.
Wow.
Yeah, you can't feel your teeth. They've got that slightly purplish colour. You have the hangover from hell because it's just got so many chemicals in there. So I can't beat £1.32. And before anyone Skypes in or emails in, and I do it for fun because I want to see what reaction it's going to have to my body. You're not allowed, if you're going to play this game, to actually include, I've been on a booze cruise and I've got a bottle for 32 pence because I went over and I bought a crate. So if you can beat £1, I think it's £1.32 at the moment, and that was about 5 weeks ago from Lidl. It was a Spanish Rioja. It was shit.
What's a good age?
But it was booze.
What's a good age for wine? Not being as much of a connoisseur of wine, what is a good age for wine?
Doesn't matter. Because it's got alcohol in
But
it.
it doesn't. It doesn't count like the older the better. No.
You don't drink wine?
Well,
still?
I do drink wine, but not very often. And but I know what's good and what's bad.
It just gets you drunk.
It was just as a kid. My dad had made this homemade wine when I was born, or from a homemade kit and stuff, and it was stored in the garden shed. And me and my mate one day were sort of rooting through the shed for things to do and what have you. Found this crate of wine, proceeded to drink a bottle each and be very, very ill. And it wasn't until we looked on the labelling date where my dad had written the label on that it was 17-year-old wine, and I don't know whether that was kind of maybe part and parcel of the fact that we felt ill or not. That was all.
What was the wine made out of, Stuart?
I've no idea, mate.
Grapes.
Oh yeah, obviously, yes.
Well, you say obviously. You don't
Make
know.
wine out of a lot of things, can't you?
Can you?
This is
I
a
don't know.
very good
Well, there you go. I assumed you made wine from grapes full stop, but there you go.
My gran used to make wine out of parsnips.
Yeah.
And it's an art I'd like to look into.
Of course, there's the famous Irish wine made out of potatoes, otherwise known as vodka.
But booze is booze, isn't it?
It is, but
Let's take a Skype call, shall we? It's 9:30. Caller, can you just hold on for a second?
playradiouk.com.
Play Radio UK is the world's fastest growing internet radio network, and now we want to share our success with you. We will help you get more customers, more profit, and a bigger profile. Just ask Play Radio UK to build you a radio station of your very own for a remarkably small cost. And your shop, store or website will instantly have its own music, messages and adverts. Plus, you can make money by advertising for others. For a 140% increase in customer activity, call the Play Radio team today on 01243 556 355 or email us on team@playinstore.co.uk.
Play Christmas UK in association with Just Christmas, the Christmas experts.
Ho, ho, ho. Hello, boys and